What a world, big prophet jewel today. I wanted to continue where I was going with the power of projection. So this is power of projection part 2. So one thing that I forgot to mention when it came to love, and projecting love and how really we experience love with the idea, with our imagination, how we imagine people, we project onto them our wants, our needs, and also when we have a problem with them is because of our wants and needs. We're not really thinking about the person. But one of the things that I forgot to mention was the delusional part, and how we could love somebody we don't even know. And the best example I could use is celebrities. Like athletes and celebrities, how we think we know them because, or like a movie star, we've seen them in these roles and we have this idea of who we think they are. Like, you seen Training Day, Pelican Bay or whatever, and you think you know Denzel or whatever, you seen Harry Potter, you think you know Daniel Radcliffe, or Spider-Man, and you think you know these actors, and they do lend a piece of their personality to a role, but we don't know these people. And then when you see them do something which you believe, which seems out of character for this idea that you have of them, it shatters this image that you have of them, and it's really jarring. Like, it shatters this reality that you had in your mind, and that's what comes with projection. Is you create a reality in your mind of what you believe this person is like, right? And that is becomes delusion at a point when you actually buy into your belief or your imagination more than the evidence. And we don't really check ourselves. When I talk about how we're out in space with this, we're in the cosmos in our mind of what we think when we're thinking of something outside of the present. We're putting ourselves and we're suspended in our imagination. We're out here thinking of the past, we're thinking of the future, but we're not right here in the moment. Even when I'm talking to you right now, I'm thinking about what I'm saying. I'm trying to imagine how to continue this conversation, right? I'm not as present. It's my subconscious taking over when I'm driving, because these are patterns I've done before, but we're very rarely in the moment, so then there has to be like a moment where we come back to earth, right? Alright, so we're always floating between space and earth, and this is why we keep, or this is the tool that we need to stay grounded, if you will, to stop from being delusional, and that's why people be thinking they're in relationships with celebrities. That crazy shit, right? People be having these ideas, and like, the mind is so powerful. We will believe things without real evidence because we create stories. That's what we're doing. That's our nature as human beings. We create stories. We create movies in our mind, and we project them onto reality. We don't see things as they are. We see things as we are, right? And that's where the delusion comes, when we don't check in with reality. So the best thing we could do is check in with reality and realize, like, and be aware of like who we are, how we are, like, as humans, how we think, and be aware of our pitfalls and our power, really, like how powerful we are, but also how our power can mislead us. We have to be responsible with this power. This is what separates us from anything else in nature. right? This ability to imagine and be caught up in our imagination, so the power of projection is very powerful, and it happens all the time. We associate ourselves, we give meaning to these things, these ideas, these concepts, these colors, these images, these people, these strangers, these nations, these ideas. That's all ideas. This is all experiences of the mind, and this is not really reality, because we don't know reality. We just know pieces of it, pieces of information, and the rest we tell ourselves the story, like you look at court, in the courtroom, everybody has facts, right? We all have the same evidence. Both sides, the defense and the prosecution, they both have the same information, but their job is to tell opposing stories. One story is in the defense and the other's to prosecute, and we just create narratives. And that's the biggest thing about projection, is to remember it's a narrative, right? These are narratives, these are stories, and people try to control your narrative, people adjust the narrative. Just remember, don't get caught up in other people's projections of you, People don't know you. They don't know you like that. They're judging you through their lens, their ego, right? Their ego's gonna believe those things. I used to get caught up and try to defend myself, and now I've gotten older and wiser, and I try not to defend myself. I try not to even bother defending myself anymore. I don't know. I try also to not judge others too, because you don't know what people been through, I'm like, right now I'm just seeing somebody that I know in high school, and I don't know what is going on with them, but I know that I've seen them go through hard times. I could judge them either negatively, or I could try to have empathy towards them, man. And I try to have empathy, because it's like, you just don't know what people go through, and I'm sure that you would rather have empathy than be judged, right? Because people go through situations that, try not to judge people as good or bad. The situations can be good or bad, but yeah, it is what it is, It's up to God to judge, It's not up to us, But if your job is a judge, you're gonna judge. All you got is the evidence, It is what it is. But yeah, nothing but peace and love. Hope that can help you and give you perspective and insight, Peace.